I have a few Philosophy perfumes now. I particularly like the Fresh Cream range, and I really love Unconditional Love and Falling in Love. I consider both of those to be kind of gourmand level fruity musks. And then obviously the Fresh Cream are kind of sweet and creamy, vanillic in lots of different ways. I've got the body spritzes and I've got a couple of the perfumes. So I just really wanted to try some of the other Philosophy perfumes because obviously the one that's, I guess, the most famous is Amazing Grace. So I just thought it would be really interesting. I saw this little, really cute little pack of, I think these are 10 ml splash bottles. So as you can see, I've got Amazing Grace, Pure Grace, Loveswept and Live Joyously. And then on the back, they've got the pictures of these very tiny bottles and they've got the ingredients, but it doesn't really describe the smell, so this is just 10 mils. So I'm going to take these out and talk about them. So as you can see, these are very cute little boxes. You're going to laugh when I take out the perfumes in here because they are slightly ridiculous and overpackaged, which is, to be honest, something that irritates me because what you end up with is like a fake thing to make it bigger to fit in here. And then you've kind of got this bit of plastic, which is really just wasteful. But anyway, I'll stop whinging about that. And let's just talk about the actual perfume. So, Amazing Grace. I knew it was going to be a kind of clean girl perfume. I know a little bit about it in terms of it being popular for wearing. If you just want to smell clean, fresh, if you don't want to smell too perfumey. So I was quite looking forward to trying this one out because I do appreciate and like quite a lot of clean girl scents. But I'm also, my channel is called Fuss Pots, right? Because I am fussy. Now, Amazing Grace, the original, the notes in this are top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, mandarin orange, middle notes of freesia, jasmine and rose, and then the base note is just musk. Now, as I said, I really like the musk. I really like the fruity musk perfumes that I've got from Philosophy. One of them's blackberry, one of them's raspberry, and I really like the fruits in those. They smell really natural, and I like the kind of sweet, almost creamy musk in those that I think, like I said, almost have a kind of creamy gourmand scent to them. They're not particularly floral. There's not a huge amount going on. So the problem that I have with this is that this smells like a body lotion to me. Now, I just do not like anything that smells like a body lotion. And this one, if I just sniff it again, it's actually, to me, slightly sickly. Yeah, it's a freesia bomb, I would say. A freesia and musk bomb. But it's quite sweet. I find this a tiny, tiny bit cloying. And the dry down definitely just smells to me like you're wearing a body lotion. Now, lots of people are going to love that. Personally, I really don't like perfumes that smell like body lotion. Even if I enjoy the smell of them, if I try to wear them myself after just a few minutes, I start feeling quite uncomfortable in them. And I'm not really sure why. I don't like shampoo-y perfumes and I don't like body lotion-y perfumes. But I do like perfumes that smell a bit like a kind of bar soap. So yeah, it's a weird thing with me. But I mean, I'm not mad for this one. I don't think it's great. So I'd say that the freesia is creamy and the musk is really strong. And actually, what it really reminded me of is AV by Adrienne Vittadini. Now, that's a perfume that I have in my collection. I'm actually decluttering it because I managed to spill some in my work bag, and then my work bag just kind of smelt like that for about 6 months. So I sort of stopped wanting to wear it after that. But I would say that AV is a cooler bottle than this. It's a cheaper perfume. But I think it's much nicer. I don't think it has that same cloying body lotion vibe to it. But it is a beautiful musk freesia bergamot perfume. And I think this, and it actually came out before Amazing Grace. So I would say AV is kind of the OG to me in a way of beautiful florals, in like a really clean, musky way. So if you can get hold of that, I would definitely recommend that over Amazing Grace. But if not, then, you know, this is a very popular perfume, so it might very well just be me that doesn't like it. So next up on the list we have, try not to drop these tiny bottles. So the next one we have up is Pure Grace, another pretty little bottle, or very Christmassy. Again, yeah, I think these are all eau de toilettes. I didn't find any of them massively strong. Another one that comes in a little bit of plastic, but I shall pull that off. So Pure Grace is here. Pure Grace, let me have a quick sniff of this again. Yes. So again, this is another clean, lovely, sort of clean girl kind of scent. This one's more laundry fresh than kind of just that classic kind of musky body lotiony smell. But I also weirdly find this one slightly sickly, if I'm honest. The notes here are top notes of lavender and bergamot, middle notes of water lily and jasmine. The base notes are musk. So it reminds me of my clean perfume that's called it's from the classic range, and it's called Simply Clean. And that one is this beautiful clean laundry vibe, and then it has this kind of sweet and sugary note that's like a beautiful sweet skin mask, but there's also lavender in it, so it kind of smells like sweet sexy skin, but as if you're wearing a load of clothes that have just come straight out of a tumble dryer, that have had like a tumble dryer sheet in that smells like lavender. It's got that kind of vibe to it, and it's also got a slight baby powdery vibe to it, and I absolutely love that. But Pure Grace to me is that kind of scent, but in a body lotiony form. So again, you've got this kind of thick, slightly sickly body lotiony. It's almost a texture with these to me. It's almost like I can smell a texture of a body lotion. So it's just not flicking any of my switches, to be honest. So I'm just absolutely not mad for it. But at the same time, I do also think it has some slight similarities to Burberry Brit Rhythm, which is a perfume that is discontinued, and I have a little bottle of that. That's one that there's something about it that I love, and then I also sometimes struggle with it because, again, it has that body lotion kind of smell, that kind of, well, some people think it smells like diaper cream, that one. But this one has quite a few similarities with that. I don't know if it's quite as sugary, and I think it's nowhere near as strong or as long lasting because the old Burberrys last forever. But if you liked that perfume, you're looking for something else to replace it, then maybe give Pure Grace a try. That might be quite good for that. So then we have, let's have a look. Let's go for Loveswept. So Loveswept, another cute bottle, very sweet. I didn't really know what to think of Loveswept. I wasn't really sure what this was going to be like. I've heard people talking about the Graces, but I've not really heard people talk about Loveswept. So this is the teeny weeny bottle of Loveswept. Let's have a little sniff. Another fresh, clean, pretty perfume. So this one doesn't actually smell like a body lotion, so that's very good news for me, because I really, like I said, not keen on body lotions. Now, Loveswept, if we find the notes for this one, it's very citrusy, so it's top notes of citrus, bergamot, middle notes of passion fruit, jasmine and lotus, base notes musk and amber. So again, it definitely has a different texture. I would say that it has more of like a bar soap texture to it, this one. So my kind of sort of soapy musk, rather than that lotiony body lotion texture. It's not like creamy in that way. It's creamy in like a bar soap style. It's obviously very citrusy. From those notes, you would imagine it to be. So it's got this nice bright fruitiness to it. It's kind of slightly thinner, I think, than these two. But It reminds me a little bit of my Modern Princess from Lanvin. Now, Modern Princess, the OG, is a red apple and freesia perfume with a beautiful creamy musk. It's almost edible again. So this one, when you first try it, it's very, very citrusy. And then the more it dries down, the more you get that kind of slightly fruity, creamy bar soap. And it does ever so slightly remind me of Modern Princess. I would say it's almost like kind of Modern Princess with a bit of the Lanvin Mon Eclat. But I couldn't get on with Mon Eclat because I found that the musk in that was intensely sharp and screechy on me. But the other kind of notes in it and the general aroma without that screechiness is kind of this. But then that soapy bar soap dry down of the musk in Modern Princess it is also found in this. I mean, again, I would say, looking at prices of the Philosophy perfumes, you can get Modern Princess for less, and I would say it's considerably nicer. This one has a vibe of it, but like a citrusy version. But I mean, Lanvin Modern Princess is such a scrumptious red apple. It's still got that bright, juicy fruitiness, but it's just incredibly pretty. And another one that has a kind of more interesting bottle than this. So that I would say it's quite nice, but I don't want this. I don't need it in my collection. It's not one that I would buy a full bottle of. And yeah, I mean, I just much prefer Modern Princess. So then the last one we have is Live Joyously. And this one, let's have a look at this guy. I recognised the scent of this immediately when I smelt it. Yep, both from the bottle and on my skin. This Philosophy Live Joyously smells almost identical to Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely. So Lovely is a perfume that I personally can't wear because I find the patchouli in it a bit strong. It's a bit too woody for me. So I have the same feelings about this. I find it a little bit sharp. It's just Lovely is something that I think smells lovely on other people, but I can't wear myself. I appreciate it. I have a little mini of it, but it's not one that I particularly want to wear. Although I will say, if you're listening to this and you haven't tried Lovely, you need to wear it in warm weather. I don't think it's great in cold weather, but in warm weather, I think it's much, much prettier. But so I'll just give you the notes for this. Tangerine in the top, pink peony in the middle, and patchouli in the base. That's all you get. It smells so much like a tangerine-y version of Lovely. Lovely has a martini note. It's got lots of woods. It's got lavender. It's got, those like lavender and martini are the parts of it in a way that I find the most attractive. But there's a lot of patchouli. It's very woody. It's musky. But from Sarah Jessica Parker's perfumes, it's just not my favourite of her musks. But I would say, again, this is not worth spending money on when you can get Lovely. Because this is about the same strength, about the same longevity, smells almost identical. Lovely you can get for insanely cheap prices. In the UK, you can get Lovely for like 10 quid for a 30ml. In fact, I've seen the 100ml bottles for about 12. So you can easily get it. It lasts quite well. Again, the bottle is much more interesting. I actually really like the Lovely bottle. I think it's really pretty and like subtle, and it looks really, really cute. So yeah, my general feeling about these is that there are better versions of all of them. AV by Adrienne Vittadini. This one, Simply Clean from the classic range by Clean. This one, Modern Princess from Lanvin, much nicer. And if you want something that's a bit more citrusy, then Mon Eclat by Lanvin might work for you. And then Sarah Jessica Parker for this guy, Lovely, the original Lovely. So I'm not at all impressed with these. It's been really interesting to smell them. They don't smell as kind of individual and unique as I was expecting them to. I think they all just kind of smell like other things, a lot of which came out before these. So obviously when I say that Live Joyously smells like Lovely, Lovely in its kind of place smells like the Narciso Rodriguez musks for her. So I don't know what to say. I think overall, I just much prefer philosophies like the more gourmand and less clean smelling scents. So like I said, Falling in Love, I absolutely adore. Unconditional Love, I love. Fresh Cream, I love. I like Fresh Cream Soft Suede. I like the body mists. I like Fresh Cream and Honey and Fresh Cream and Mint. And I quite like the Marzipan Dreams body spirits as well. So yeah, and I'm not entirely like gourmand in my perfume tastes. I do like a big range of perfumes, but when it comes to like clean scents, I tend to go for either fruity or watery, often tea-based perfumes. And I do love a clean laundry, but it has to be a very specific kind of fluffy, like towels out of the tumble dryer kind of scent. And I really can't be doing with body lotions. And I also can't be doing with like actual things that smell like detergent, or anything that's too powdery, too sweet, too cloying. And I don't like patchouli very much, so Live Joyously was probably never going to be up my street. But yeah, so that's how I feel about these guys. So there you have it. There's my little review of this really cute little gift set. I will definitely be passing this gift set on because I don't really like any of these perfumes. I definitely don't need them. They've barely been touched, so I'm just going to eBay them so someone else, if they want to test them out, because it's such a good way to test these out, because Philosophy are relatively, I mean, for me, and I like budget perfumes really. They're relatively expensive for me. Like the Fresh Cream perfume cost me £40, and that's a big chunk of change for me to actually spend on a perfume. Yeah, so I mean these, they're alright, but they're not for me. I will definitely be passing them on. I'm really interested to know if any of you guys watching this and any of my subscribers really like any of these and what works for you. I've had many perfumes in my time that are quite clean and lotiony, and I am slowly decluttering all of them because even though I quite enjoy how they smell sometimes, I just can't wear them. They just do not work on me. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so sensitive to that kind of texture in a perfume, but yeah. So thanks very much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Please don't take offence if you like these. This is very much my personal taste. If you like my videos, please do subscribe. And I hope you all have a lovely day or evening whenever you're watching this.